everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am going to introduce you to registered training organisations in VET or VET, along with the regulators in VET. In the last video, we established that the VET industry in Australia is regulated. Being in a regulated industry means you can't just decide to open a training centre one day and offer any certificates and diplomas you like. Only registered training organisations, or RTOs, are allowed to deliver and assess nationally recognised training. And even then, RTOs aren't allowed to deliver and assess whatever they like. They can only deliver what is on their scope of registration. And that's something we'll cover in a future video. RTOs can be public organisations. You've likely heard of TAFE. RTOs can also be private organisations, just like ours. Within RTOs, only qualified educators and trainers can deliver nationally recognised training. This usually means, at minimum, holding a current version of the Certificate 4 in Training and Assessment, along with the qualifications and industry experience in the qualification being delivered. We will continue to explore how RTOs operate in the future, but to get to the next point of this video, RTOs and the operations of an RTO are regulated. The regulator for most RTOs is the Australian Skills Quality Authority, often abbreviated to ASQA or ASQA. ASQA is the national regulator for RTOs and oversees more than 90% of RTOs. RTOs will fall under ASQA's jurisdiction if they deliver VET locally in multiple states or to overseas students. So why doesn't ASQA regulate 100% of RTOs? Well, Western Australia and Victoria are a little bit different in that they also have state regulators. If you are in any other state, you don't really need to know this, but if an RTO is in WA and only delivering in WA, so not online and not to overseas students, an RTO falls under the jurisdiction of the WA state regulator called the Training and Accreditation Council, abbreviated to TAC. Similarly, an RTO in Victoria that is only delivering in Victoria, so not online, not to overseas students, and not to any other states, would fall under the regulation of the Victorian state regulator called the Victorian Registration and Qualifications Authority, or VRQA. Now, this is an important point I'm going to make. Moving forward, when I refer to the regulator in VET, I'm only going to be referring to the national regulator of VET, and that is ASQA. I will not be referring to the state regulators in WA or Victoria. The website for ASQA is asqa.gov.au. And this website is an invaluable resource for RTOs, students, trainers, and assessors. I highly recommend that you bookmark this website. Let's have a quick look at ASQA's website. Once the ASQA website has loaded, you should see this page that says, "We are the national regulator for vocational education and training." If this is the first time you're visiting this site, I like to click the About Us link on the right-hand side navigation bar. This will drop down many links for navigating the ASQA website. I'm going to go ahead and click About Us. ASQA is the national regulator for Australia's vocational education and training sector. And here we have more links about what ASQA does. Clicking on our role on the ASQA website, we can see here that ASQA, as I mentioned earlier, is responsible for regulating approximately 90% of Australian vocational education and training providers. ASQA regulates training providers that deliver VET qualifications and courses to students in Australia or offer Australian qualifications overseas. ASQA also regulates providers that deliver VET courses to people who are living in Australia on student visas, and certain providers that deliver English language intensive courses for overseas students. ASQA also accredits VET courses to ensure they meet nationally approved standards based on industry, enterprise, education, legislative, and community needs. I highly recommend that you visit the ASQA website, bookmark the website, and give yourself some time to navigate and digest the content that is available on the website. There is obviously a lot of content to cover regarding ASQA, so we'll cover ASQA and its role in subsequent videos. But for now, let's summarize. We know that VET or VET in Australia is regulated. VET can only be delivered by registered training organisations or RTOs. RTOs can only deliver and assess what is on their scope. Most RTOs are regulated by the national regulator, which is the Australian Skills Quality Authority, abbreviated to ASQA. The ASQA website is asqa.gov.au, and it is an invaluable resource for information on VET in Australia. They provide information and support not just for RTOs and those who work in RTOs, but also information for students and other stakeholders in VET. That's it for this video. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.